The night was unusually quiet, but inside the small apartment, silence felt heavy and uncomfortable. Ahmed sat on the edge of his old sofa, staring at the wall clock. Its ticking sounded louder than usual, as if it was counting down his failures. Tomorrow was the last day to pay the rent. He had known this day was coming, yet he was completely unprepared. The apartment was simple: one bedroom, a tiny kitchen, and furniture that had seen better days. Ahmed had moved here 2 years ago with big dreams. He believed that hard work alone could change his life. At first, things were going well. He had a steady job at a small company, paid his bills on time, and even saved a little money. But life, as he was learning, did not always follow plans. 6 months ago, the company closed without warning. Ahmed remembered that day clearly. His manager had gathered everyone and announced the news with a tired voice. There were apologies, but no solutions. Since then, Ahmed had been searching for work every day. He sent applications, visited offices, and made countless phone calls. Sometimes he received polite rejections. Most of the time, he received no reply at all. His savings disappeared quickly. Food, electricity, transport, and rent did not wait for good luck. Ahmed had started skipping meals to save money. He told himself it was temporary, that things would improve soon. But tonight, hope felt distant. A sudden knock on the door made his heart race. It was late. No one ever visited him at this hour. He stood up slowly and walked toward the door, his mind full of fear. He already knew who it was. When he opened the door, Mr. Peterson, the landlord, stood there with a serious expression. He was a tall man in his late 50s, known for being strict but fair. He held a small notebook in his hand. "Good evening, Ahmed," Mr. Peterson said calmly. "Good evening, sir," Ahmed replied, forcing a polite smile. "I came to remind you about the rent," the landlord continued. "Tomorrow is the final date." Ahmed swallowed hard. "Yes, sir, I know." Mr. Peterson looked around the apartment briefly. "Have you managed to arrange the money?" Ahmed hesitated. He wanted to lie, to say yes, to buy more time. But something inside him stopped him. "No, sir, I haven't," he said quietly. There was a long pause. The hallway felt colder. "I've already given you extra time, Mr. Peterson said. "I have my own responsibilities too." "I understand," Ahmed replied. His voice shook. "I lost my job, but I'm trying. I promise I'm not avoiding payment." Mr. Peterson studied Ahmed's face. He could see the tired eyes, the unshaven beard, the weight of stress. "I'll come back tomorrow evening," he said finally. "I hope we can resolve this." When the door closed, Ahmed felt his legs weaken. He sat on the floor, leaning against the wall. For the first time in months, tears rolled down his face. He was not crying only because of rent. He was crying because he felt like he had failed himself. The next morning, Ahmed woke up early. He washed his face, wore his cleanest clothes, and stepped outside with determination. He visited every shop, office, and cafe in the area, asking for work. Some people ignored him. Some shook their heads. A few showed sympathy but said they had no vacancies. By afternoon, his energy was gone. He sat on a bench in a small park, watching children play. Their laughter reminded him of his younger days, when life felt simpler and dreams felt closer. He checked his phone. No missed calls. No messages. As the sun began to set, Ahmed returned home slowly. Every step felt heavier than the last. He knew Mr. Peterson would arrive soon. He had no money and no solution. There was another knock on the door. Ahmed opened it, his heart pounding. Mr. Peterson stood there. Again, but this time his expression was different. Less strict. More thoughtful. "Well?" the landlord asked. Ahmed took a deep breath. "I don't have the full rent," he said honestly. "But I found a part-time job starting next week. I can pay some now and the rest soon. If you give me a little time." Mr. Peterson remained silent for a moment. Then he sighed. "Life can be hard," he said slowly. "I was once in your position." Ahmed looked up in surprise. "I lost my job many years ago," Mr. Peterson continued. "If someone hadn't helped me, I wouldn't be standing here today." He closed his notebook. "Pay what you can now. You can pay the rest next month." Ahmed felt his chest tighten, but this time with relief. "Thank you," he said, his voice full of emotion. "I won't forget this." Mr. Peterson nodded. "Just don't give up," he said before leaving. That night, Ahmed sat by the window, looking at the city lights. The rent was still due, his problems were not gone, but something had changed. He felt hope again. He realized that honesty, patience, and kindness could open doors that fear could not. And for the first time in a long while, he slept peacefully, believing that tomorrow might be better. The morning sunlight entered the apartment softly, touching the worn curtains and the quiet room where Ahmed now stood with a calmer heart. The night before had changed something inside him. The problem of rent was not fully solved, but hope had returned, and that alone gave him strength. Ahmed prepared a simple breakfast and sat at the small table, thinking about the part-time job he would start soon. It was not a big position, but it was a beginning. He knew that every step forward mattered. As he finished his tea, his phone rang. The unfamiliar number made his heart beat faster. He answered quickly. "Hello, this is Ahmed," he said. "Good morning," a woman's voice replied. "This is Sarah from Green Line Office Services. You applied for an administrative assistant position last month." Ahmed held his breath. "Yes, I remember. We would like to invite you for an interview this afternoon," she said. For a moment, Ahmed could not speak. "Yes, of course," he finally replied. "Thank you very much." After the call ended, Ahmed sat in silence, smiling. Life was giving him another chance. He quickly got ready, choosing his best clothes and reviewing old notes from his previous job. Confidence slowly replaced fear. The office building was modern and busy. As Ahmed waited in the reception area, he felt nervous, but he reminded himself that he had nothing to lose. When his name was called, he walked into the interview room with a steady step. The interview went better than he expected. The manager asked about his experience, his skills, and how he handled challenges. Ahmed answered honestly, sharing his struggles and what he had learned during unemployment. Instead of hiding his hardship, he spoke with confidence and sincerity. "We value honesty and resilience," the manager said with a smile. "We'll contact you soon." Ahmed left the building feeling lighter. Even if he did not get the job, he felt proud of himself for trying. Over the next few days, Ahmed worked hard at his part-time job, cleaning offices in the evenings. The work was tiring, but it paid a little, and every earned coin felt meaningful. He paid a portion of the rent and kept his promise to Mr. Peterson. One evening, while returning home, Ahmed met his neighbor, Mrs. Lewis, an elderly woman who lived alone. She smiled warmly when she saw him. "You look happier these days," she said. "I'm trying to be," Ahmed replied. They talked for a while, and Ahmed learned that Mrs. Lewis needed help with grocery shopping and small household tasks. Ahmed offered to help her in exchange for a little pay. She agreed gladly. Slowly, his days began to fill with purpose. A week later, Ahmed received another call. It was from Green Line Office Services. "We would like to offer you the position," Sarah said. "You can start next Monday." Ahmed closed his eyes, feeling overwhelmed. "Thank you," he said. "Thank you so much." That night, Ahmed went to see Mr. Peterson. He knocked on the landlord's door, this time without fear. "I have good news," Ahmed said, smiling. "I got a full-time job." Mr. Peterson smiled back. "I knew you would find your way." "I will pay the remaining rent soon," Ahmed said. "And I won't miss another payment." Mr. Peterson nodded. "I trust you," he said. The first day at the new job was challenging but exciting. Ahmed worked with focus and dedication. His coworkers were friendly, and the environment was supportive. For the first time in months, he felt stable. Weeks passed, and Ahmed's life slowly improved. He paid his rent on time, ate regular meals, and even started saving a small amount of money again. The fear that once controlled him no longer had power over his decisions. One evening, Ahmed sat by his window again, just as he had done on the night rent was due. But this time, his thoughts were different. He realized that difficult moments often hide important lessons. Losing his job had taught him patience. Facing eviction had taught him honesty. Receiving kindness had taught him gratitude. He thought about how close he had been to giving up, and how one open door had changed everything. He understood that life does not always improve quickly, but it improves when a person keeps moving forward. As the city lights flickered outside, Ahmed smiled to himself. The rent was paid. His future was uncertain, but no longer frightening. He knew that whatever challenges came next, he would face them with courage, humility, and hope. And with that understanding, Ahmed felt truly at home, not just in his apartment, but in his life once again.